and then they're ready to fight him.
Yeah.
And the man will just take off his clothes. And then the man will just run off because it's like, what the hell? The hell's wrong with this guy? I was about to fight him, and they just take off running. And it's like, what the hell is this?
But I seen one where like a guy had a mannequin on the New York. Shout out to the New York Metro. That's anytime you go on Twitter and you see videos from people that they record. Oh,
Well, he had a mannequin and what?
but he had a mannequin and he's and
Oh, and he's like making love to it on the train.
not just I don't know if you saw the same thing, but I remember he was like, "Hey, sit down." And he's talking to the mannequin like, "Hey, sit down. What did I tell you? Sit down. Get up." And he's getting up with the mannequin. Get over here. And and people did the class. They walk up. They go to the next cart. People start spreading out
That's
slowly.
facts. That is facts. Listen to me.
Yo,
On the
that
TTC,
clip
that's
is-
the exact same thing I do. It's either
Silence.
on the TTC, it's either I move away or I am a mannequin at the moment. Like I'll just sit there and just like chaos will be happening, and I just sit there. Sit there, you avoid all eye contact, or you just look straight.
Oh man.
You know how much times that happened to me? And the worst, like for me, that always happen. This always happen. People always go crazy. And Downsview Station.
Don't kill me.
Like before Pioneer Village and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Downsview Station was where people just went bonkers. Like every time I went in there, and it wasn't like the normal train. It was a individual cart train.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I went to Downsview Station, and it gets to the part where you're in the tunnel, but you're not in the station yet because you have to wait for the other trains to pass.
Yeah.
Right.
Every time I go in there, crazy always just brooks out. That crazy could be sitting there normally.
Hey. We gotta use politically correct language.
Crazy?
What do you call an
Yes.
ableist term?
Yes.
Fuck out of here with that, man.
No. Okay, what's the term? Sorry. What is the term?
Okay.
What is the term? What is the
You
term?
can say mental health issue or like
Someone
somebody who has
with a mental
facing-
health.
Yes.
Okay.
So
yeah.
Mon. Okay.
So
Get to your story.
Censor it for me and edit that up so I don't sound politically correct. I mean, so it sounds politically correct.
So you don't sound like you do sound.
Someone,
Okay.
someone with mental health issues. It's like, I guess it's the tunnel. Just makes them just broke out, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm scared now. Like I don't know what to do. Right? I'll just look straight and just wait for the door to close. Doors are open, and that's what it is. But
That's crazy.
But that wasn't really clout chasing. That was more like
Somebody's unstable. Yeah.
Yeah.
unstable tales of the train station. It's always
Like-
public transit or the people that don't do dumb shit like they'll run in front of the tracks and stuff like
yeah.
that.
So what crazy things have you seen people do for clout? Like you're just like,
Tear up a convenience store.
Oh, that used to happen back in the days.
Yeah.
record just tearing up a producer.
Yeah. Making noise in like a fast food joint. I've seen that.
You
I've
know what?
seen somebody like jump on top of the counter
And just go off.
and just start going off. It's like, for what? Why?
It's a,
For me, it would be Bonk. Bonk with the whole lot of gang, and he'll be running out of barbershops. He'll get a fresh cut and just take off,
yeah.
and then he'll be like messing up people's stores or whatever. But the ones
Apparently he
that
does music. But go ahead.
the ones that would be scary,
What are you laughing?
the ones that were scary was the
you
guys that
laughing?
would be like scaling buildings.
Yeah.
Like
Wait.
like you ever see those guys that climb up cranes and they jump off and they do like push-ups and chin-ups on the crane and all that sitting there.
That's
Like
surprising to me.
no harness or anything.
No harness.
I already seen what, like, I'm still traumatized with the one I see where this guy, like, he actually passed away because he fell off. Like, he did, like, he's doing pull-ups, but it's like his feet couldn't, like, because of the glass. It wasn't, like, something that you can, like, scale back up.
Yeah.
And I don't think he realized that, but it was a little bit too late. So he was just going, it's gone.
Whoa.
And I'm just like I remember watching like, oh my god, this is bad.
Yo, that's
Exactly, but
Wow.
I'm like, there's people that do that still.
Yeah.
Them with their girlfriends, like there's one where the girlfriend's hanging off the guy's hand, like, oh, this is love and this is how it is. I'm like,
Because they're
Yeah.
trained professionals.
trained professionals, my foot. Trained professionals, do something else.
about the the convenience store tunnel thing. This was before cameras. I remember one time
Yeah.
in a winter back in our middle school,
Yeah.
like convenience store everyone goes to near the park.
Yeah.
So what happened is, all the kids just rushed in there and then just started knocking things over, taking things.
You guys
The
are
guy
the
could,
reason.
the guy couldn't like, he couldn't focus on one person. Like everyone was just taking. It's just,
You are the reason that they say 3 people at a time, yo. But yo, I've seen that before too. I
People
seen
just
I
bum
seen
rushing
a
and
convenience store get raided. All the chip rack
Yeah.
got pulled out,
Yeah.
and I'm like, wait, like, why are people pulling out the chip rack?
Or
Like this.
TTC when they have like those large groups and you just hear people ole 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 ole.
oh, whoa, okay.
Bro, I've seen it all.
But what I used to hate, some people just do some dumb stuff on the TCC, man.
Like bum rush the turnstile, like a bunch of people
I've seen that.
just.
I seen that. I seen people bum rush the back of the bus.
That's
Because they couldn't
yo,
get into the front, they're running the back, and then people are just leaping in, just like, yo, leaping in, shoulder checking people in to get into the bus and not pay fare.
And this is without the purge.
It was,
Like,
yo, man, it's just,
That's a good point. This is
Like-
without the purge.
and it's funny because I'm
Wow.
watching. It's so funny because I remember this guy came in with the rudest shoulder tackle to get inside the TTC that one time, get inside the bus because I was watching him and I'm in like the middle between 2 doors. So I see him look in the front, and he's like, "Oh man, like there's a lot of people in the front, and you know how people don't want to move in the front for some strange reason." This guy ran to the back before the door closed. Man ran, he went like this. Boom! I seen the whole crowd, like the whole bus,
shit.
just shift. Like the whole people that were in that one area just shift up. So I'm like, if you didn't want to move, you gonna move today.
You're gonna move today.
You're gonna move today for that fare.
Wait, man, clout chasing is dangerous, man.
Even like I've seen like high school kids, like the bus is slowly coming in. You know the bus is coming, and it's like it leans into the right where the bus stop is.
Yeah.
I see people grab a kid by the backpack and pump fake him, like
That's
they're gonna
just-
push him into the bus.
Yo,
And then I'm
that's-
there like, oh! And then I'm like, the bus drivers, they're like traumatized a little
They're
bit. Like,
stressed
don't
out
do
already.
that.
Like, don't like.
You know how much people
They're
bus
stressed
drivers
out
have to,
already.
yeah. You know what TTC people have to deal with? People hawk spitting and fighting, trying to
rolling.
like TTC deal with a lot of
That hot
like,
saliva hitting
like-
the forehead, slowly glazing down.
and the
slowly
worst thing is-
glazing down.
The worst thing, they still have to
As
close
it
the door.
drips on your
They
uniform.
still have to close the door and keep going,
Oh,
giving people transfers.
Yo, that's why they have that bulletproof. I think it's bulletproof. They have that bulletproof thing with the
Listen to
hole.
me.
And the,
Listen to me. On Eglinton, I've seen
They
why
keep that
that
thing
does not
closed.
work. I've seen why that does
Like
not
close.
work, okay? I've seen crazies like try to go behind that thing and the man's just like, behind the chin.
Yo,
Stanley upon chair. Like
yo, hey, we ain't laughing at that, but like, yo,
that's why you see all these TTC drivers are buff now, man. They're not
yo,
taking
actually,
no check.
no, like,
They're not
seriously,
taking no check. 'Cause
whoever's hiring them, good job.
you
Good job.
gotta be safe.
A lot
Shout out
of
to
them
my
are like-
cuz. He's a TTC driver, and this guy's buff, and his TTC brethren's buff too. They'll deal with like they'll break you in half. Like it's like TTC's not the same anymore. If they pop, they tell you to come back. Tell you to come back to pay your fare.
I'm rolling.
You think they're gonna? You think you're gonna size them up and say I'm not paying my fare?
you get punched in the stomach. You better
This is-
pay.
no,
pay
no.
punched in the
Getting
stomach?
beat up is the last resort. Like TTC people are smart, you know.
All the man
This is
has
the
to
last
do
resort.
is what's it called? Flex his chest.
Not
That-
even. Not even. Not even.
Not
They'll
the,
turn the bus people on you. I've seen it like where the guy's like, "Oh, you're not paying your fare."
no, that's
Then it's like, "Wham. The bus is not moving because this guy is not paying his fare." Sell you right out, Benjamin.
holy, yeah.
The bus is out of order because this guy doesn't want to pay his fare.
Just pulled a 50 cent.
Just
That's a yo.
not paying his fare, and everybody's like, "Yo, why don't pay it down?"
Yo, speaking of Facebook, that could actually happen too. What if he's just like, you know what? I'm gonna blackball you guys. Any studio you guys are trying to go in the city, I'm shut down.
That sucks.
No one's gonna record.
That's just like
No bus ride, no studio time.
No studio time. Shout out to P Diddy from Because in the band skit with Dave Chappelle, yeah, he shut down the studio multiple times. It was Dave playing PD, but but like,
That's
50's gonna shut the studio down. No recordings.
That kills. That's a lot of emotion, man. That's like, I don't know. Like
you gotta pay
TTC,
him.
they have to deal with a lot of like. Shout out to TTC people, man. We gotta show some respect for them, even though sometimes some of them do give a hard time.
You'd call them douchebags?
Public service, you know?
Oh, you didn't hear that. Okay.
I'm not gonna say that. Some of them they feel like the glass is like mans can't tap the glass or deal with like they feel like invincible sometimes. They have a big ego and stuff. So, you know, I don't know about all that, but shout out to the good. Just like cops, there's good cops and bad cops. So
Yeah, public service.
you know, it's a lot of emotions when it comes to working every day and stuff. So, but
Now, are we emotional when it comes to relationships? Or are women more emotional? And then that's one, and then there's...
That was a crazy turn of events. That was one of the most sharpest segues. I was good though. That was the most sharpest segue. I was saying emotional, and I was trying to like get the shot off, and then it was just like came out of nowhere. But
or do we like lack emotion? So they say.
So they say.
Based off, let me tell you what the story is on this.
Girls.
Yes, tell the story, man.
Well, basically, we had this debate,
right.
this little discussion about like.
Who's we, if you don't mind me asking?
A friend of mine.
Oh,
okay.
Female, male?
Yes, female mine.
All right, cool.
Female.
The troublemakers.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Wow.
I can't say that,
Okay.
but we had this debate, and you know, we're talking about stuff, and it's like, why don't men say what they truly feel?
I believe, and I think that's true.
And I say, why don't women, like, it was just a debate, like, we're just going back and forth, like, why don't men say what they truly feel? And I'm like, why do women, my take was like, why do women have to be so, like, sorry, how it all started was basically